video. So in this video, we're going to go into a deep dive into the temperament that is associated with the humour of blood, and that is sanguine, which literally means blood. Now, as we've already discussed, sanguine and blood is really connected with the life force. So it's the spring time of the year. It's the early childhood of one's life, where we are full of life. We're literally forming on every level, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. We are forming. And so because of that, we have an awful lot of the life force, the stuff of life. So this temperament is all about being full of life, full of enthusiasm, full of passion, full of vigor, energy, okay? So people who are strong in this temperament are going to be extroverted. They're going to be out there. They're going to be very, very sociable, very, very outgoing, talking to people, doing things. They're going to be very present and responsive in communication. But they're also going to be quite relaxed. They're quite contained within themselves. They're not second guessing. They're not hesitating. They're not holding themselves back in any way. So in that way, they're full of fun. They're full of life. They're full of the joys of being free. Freedom is very important to people who are strong in the sanguine temperament. They tend to be quite carefree. And because of all this drive that they have, which is very much about Mars, Aries, the solar plexus chakra, they can be very good leaders, right? Driving forward. Of course, if one has too much blood and is too much in this particular sanguine, okay, then they can be perhaps not respecting boundaries. They can be Machiavellian, driving forward at all costs. They may be talking, but not actually have any substance behind what they are saying. They're just attracting attention for the sake of attention. Someone like a vacuous influencer that has nothing to say, but you just can't shut them up. But on the other hand, if you don't have enough of this temperament, if you are weak in the blood humour, then of course you're going to be more withdrawn, you're going to be more introverted, you're going to be low in energy, and you might feel quite trapped within yourself, where your emotions are stuck and you're very withheld from your engagement with other people and the world in general. But if this is a balanced humour, then you're going to be very emotionally stable. Like I said, easygoing, contained within yourself. Extroverted doesn't need to mean you're lost in the world. It's where you find yourself. You find your sense of identity by engaging with other people and in the work that you do, okay? So sanguine is all about the life force energy, the enthusiasm, the vigor, and the passion in summary. So it's a really rather beautiful temperament. So thanks very much for watching this video. And what we're going to do is go a deep dive into a meditation that is going to give you a good sense of bringing your own sanguine into balance, which is what, of course, this course is all about. So see you in that one. Hi, my name's Mark T.J. Keenan. I'm an alchemist, a wizard, and a mystic, and I've created this incredible course for you on balancing the four elements and their four temperaments. Now, this has been known since ancient times, since Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, all the way into ancient Greece, when Hippocrates, the founder of modern medicine, began to talk about these four humours. But later this developed into the four temperaments that have literally given rise to all the primary personality tests that we use today, from Myers Briggs to Strengthfinder and so on. So if you really want to understand what makes you tick, you really need to understand these four humours, these bodily fluids in the body, and these 4 temperaments that are said to emerge from these 4 primary elements that manifest as these fluids in the body. This course is about you getting to know why you feel the way you feel, why you act the way you act, and ultimately to translate that understanding into your friends and family around you, and just get a sense of the world and why people are the way they are. It just adds another dimension to understanding who you really are. You've got astrology, you've got all sorts of other personality tests, but if you really want to understand these personality tests that people use today, you really want to get back to the source, back to the roots, and that is the 4 Humours. So I really look forward to diving deep into this ancient mystical art with you. So I really hope to see you in the course. Enroll now.